Hello everyone, welcome back to this week's episode of The Classroom. Hope you guys are doing well. And we're starting off the show a little bit different. It looks a little bit different. That is because we're going to jump right into the interview to start off the show. Then I'll run through music and announcements, upcoming events, different things like that. We're going to jump right into the interview to start off the show. With us, we have class peer tutor, math specialist, course assistant, Heba Yousef.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
Heba.
Hi.
And just tell us a little bit about you, how you got started as a peer tutor, just a little bit about you and your role at class.
Right. So I'm Heba Yousef. I am a course assistant / program coordinator here at Rutgers. So I take care of STEM major. If you have a course in STEM, so most probably we cover you with a course assistant that takes care of you. So I was actually an international student, and I graduated here from Rutgers just last May.
I did not know that, really?
Yeah. And then, to be honest, we started this program actually before I graduated, and it was sort of my internship. So I did a whole 3-credit course of course assistant, and Angela just proposed this position at that time. And it was such a rewarding position, so that we created a whole program now that we have so many course assistants for so many courses, follow up with review sessions and tutoring. So that's a little bit about me.
That's awesome. And so for people who may not know, what is the difference between course assistants and like standard peer tutoring?
Yes, okay. So standard peer tutoring is you sit with a tutor one-on-one, right? You get an individualized help. While if you are doing a course assistant, this means that you go with your classmates to a review session where you discuss other ways to solve, techniques to solve these problems that you have on your homework or upcoming quiz or exam. And then you could review what you took exactly in class.
Got it.
And, if you are more comfortable with the material, you can just come to the course assistant session. You don't need a one-on-one. But if you need more in-depth help, seek both, you know what I mean? Seek the in-group session, that's a review, which helps like twice a week for each course. And then if you need more help, you can just also touch base with one-on-one tutor.
Awesome. And so I've like firsthand seen you take someone who's like super, not confident in their skills, they think they're going to fail the exam, and work them all the way up to getting a B, getting an A.
That's true.
And how do you do that? I see so many like results in the tutor that you did.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do it?
So first thing, really, if you meet me, like if you know me as a person, you know that I do believe certainly that anyone can do it. It's a matter of an algorithm. It's a step-by-step way to getting something to know. So most students come here and they are anxious about, what am I going to do with math? I just don't see it. And it's very common that you cannot see it, you cannot understand it. It's a foreign language, to be honest. It's an alien language. That's how we describe it.
Yeah.
It's not related to every day that you do it. It's surrounding you. Everything around you is functioning through math, but you cannot see it, right? So it's an invisible language. So they come into here, they either have one of the 3 issues. They either don't have the fundamentals from like their high school, or have been like away from high school for a while, or they don't, they have like an anxiety. It just pops up once they see math, or they know what to do, but they're just so perfectionist. They like, I gotta get it either right or not, and then they get into this panic mode where you like nothing can actually save you except you calm down. So what happens is that I need to classify that student that's come to me. Which type do we have, really? So if he was panicking, or she was panicking, and then, okay, I think that I need to, adjust my mood at that moment, which is something sometimes I struggle with, because, you transfer between high anxious person, like with math, to one that's so bright,
Yeah.
So you have seen me like tuning up and down in the learning center.
Yeah, because it all depends on who you're working with.
Exactly, who you're working with. So for these students, first thing first, I let them sit down and I explain things to them easily, calmly, and I brace them on every movement until they get to understand, oh, it's really okay, it's really easy, right? And then I have them repeat what we have been going through alone, so they can create sort of a self-taking note, an understanding of the material. And then they have to explain it to me. So once they explain it to me and they gain the confidence to talk about it, and then their brain's like, oh, I'm comfortable with this. Brain starts creating a path where, okay, I'm learning subject, so I can now add to it. You cannot add to something that does not have a fundamental. So repeating the thing 3 times in different ways during this session make them realize that they have a fundamental understanding, although this is the first time they've done it.
Interesting.
So, yeah. And it depends really. Some of them are visionary, right? So I bring like charts, graphs, bridges, pictures.
Yeah, there's a lot of visual learners out there.
Yeah. And I have to tell them like stories to visualize how this is functioning. Some of them just, once they connected, oh, I got it. And they have this aha moment. The others are auditory, and I am one of them. I repeat concept like to these kids. Like, remember the definition of it. What are you trying to look for? What are you trying to get out of this problem? Is the problem comes in that they don't know what are they getting as a result. So they don't understand the output of what they're solving, and that's actually the part of the problem. So I always say, read the question twice. Understanding question is half the solution. So if you understand what you're looking at, you can solve it.
Interesting.
Yes.
So for someone who may not know what their learning style is,
Yes.
how can they identify it to kind of know how to even ask for the help that they need?
Perfect question. Okay. Let's say that you don't know that you are so comfortable with, let's say, applying things visual in front of you or by your hand or collecting stuff, right? So you come to me and you display a few things. Like I would say something and you'll kind of get distracted. I will put something on the board and you're still distracted. So the last thing is I will bring something that you touch with your hand and you connect.
Something physical, yeah.
Something physical. So by trying these 3 methods, I get to see which 2 best, because everyone is a combination of both, right? I get to see which both works with this student versus the other. Some also goes by praise, right? Like I can add that. Some goes by, I would say like commenting. Why did you do this? Like out of fun. Are you sure about what you're doing? You know? So this creates like the kind of, oh, okay, we're joking. This is a fun environment. I get to do something wrong or
and there's no judgment.
And there's no judgment at all. And that's why I really have a great set of students. I mean, you see me always surrounded with a bunch of students. And all of them is a different style, but we are in one meeting. And we kind of like started to adapt to each other's style and actually engage. So if someone was only visionary, he will go to the person who would like to deal with things with hand, and they actually work together in a midway. So this is like coming so nicely, and I'm experiencing new ways of actually teaching the more I engage with those students.
And so it's really, in a lot of these review sessions, it's not only you leading the charge, but the students working together and filling in the blanks for each other.
Yes, exactly. And in these review sessions, you get to be yourself, right? Come up and like try it, make mistakes, and we encourage them. And there's a lot of professors actually are very rewarding in terms if you attend, they give you points. If you attend, your assignments grades are higher than if you do not, And then in these review sessions also, the best part is you, like any student can get to be the lead of that session, or they can work in groups. And a lot of friendship just came out of these review sessions. I've seen like students who weren't interacting with each other. Now they come into like 2-3 people at a time.
Yeah.
And they study outside also together. So it's beneficial in many ways, not just to study. And in these course, like in these reviews, sometimes you need to like kind of know when to take the charge. Sometimes you need to be tough a little bit, show that tough love. And sometimes you need to be very understanding and smooth. Well, it depends on the situation. There are times where you need to show them that I really care for you and I know you can do it, so we are going to do it step by step. So you go to the mom more of the thing. And then the other, it's okay, you got it wrong this time, so what? You can get it again. Does that make sense? So it depends really on the situation, on the atmosphere of that thing. But the most important part, it's a free judgment area. And it's just for you to learn. Really, we will help you. And if you do not know me, I repeat and repeat and repeat. And it's my favorite sentence in the world. Repetition is the mother of learning. And it is. It took you so long to repeat the alphabet to write your name. And so is with math.
Yeah,
it doesn't come like that, you know what I mean? And it can be confusing. Just like when you were younger, you used to flip the letters when you're writing. So it's the same thing with math. So just first thing first, believe in yourself and don't judge it, and take it one step at a time. That's what I would say.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And so you're also heading a math competition for the Learning Center. Tell us a little bit about that, how that came to be, when it is, all those kinds of things.
All right. For you who knows me and do not know me, I'm extremely passionate about calculus. And then I looked at other colleges where I saw that there are competition, like in-campus competition, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like with the other colleges, which I will aim to do that hopefully in the future. But for now, it's going to be on campus here in the Learning Center on April 21st, and I'm still accepting applications up to April 10th.
Okay, yep.
So
April 10th.
it's a very rewarding competition. So the first place will get $250, and
Wow.
the second place will get $175.
That's a lot of money.
I know. And the third place, it gets $100. So there are three places, like three prizes. And we're also going to, offer lunch and record it for fun and have a lot of other fun things. So all you need to do is know some calculus.
Okay.
And I've shared with the students who registered for calculus competition, I shared some sample tests. I'm happy to share them again with the newcomers. It's supposed to be, it's not like to create competitivity, let's say, atmosphere. It's more problem solving skills. It's more thinking out of the box skills. You know what I mean? It's more getting out of your comfort zone and come participate and see that you can do it. You can do it. Anyone who would engage in a sport understand the benefits of the output as other just than the physical, benefits. It's just there's the mood enhancement, there's the sense of accomplishment, all those things, and this comes with math. Math is a problem-solving skills. The more you solve math, the more you become a problem solver in your environment. Now, if you tell somebody I'm minoring in math or I was good at math, they will automatically think, oh, that's a problem solver person. That person has the techniques to go around and think outside the box. That person I care to hire, right? Because they are not in their comfort zone all the time. Math always takes you out from your place to another place, right?
Yeah.
So I encourage everybody to sign up.
Yeah, there could be a lot of benefit just outside of the cash prize, which is of course great, but there could be other things you learn as well. I remember my dad once gave me it was a cash incentive, but he gave me a SAT score goal, and he was like, you study to reach this goal, and I'll give you this money. And COVID kind of derailed the testing or anything, but I still remember loving that experience of just really trying to push myself out of my comfort zone and go beyond what I thought my, level of math intelligence was.
Yes, and trust me, it's all inside us. It's all inside us. If you learned how to speak and read and write, then definitely you can learn math. It's just like that. It's rules. You have to put them together, and then you use them. And everything around us, I mean, here in the radio station, every equipment you see is just math. It's combined by physics, right?
Yeah.
So everything is math, physics, STEM around us, right? Every computer piece of technology you're using, submitting your exams and whatever. So think about that math is your surrounding environment, and love it because it rules your life, right? And everything. I mean, after all, when you finish all your course, what matters the most? The points at the end, the grade, the math number, right? It's everything is math.
And so going back to the competition, so you mentioned that all students need to do is know some calculus. What level of calculus do they need to know?
They just at least need to be done with Calc 1.
Okay.
Like whatever class above that, that's fine, but Calc 1 must be taken because at the time the competition is held, the students that are now enrolled in Calc 1 cannot be fully ready to register because they still have another 2 weeks of Calc. But yeah, we need somebody, we want students who took this last semester, the year before and whenever. And there's this is the only condition for this.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, it is.
And you were mentioning a little bit, about people hiring you based on a math background, whether you minored it and different things like that.
Yes.
For someone who is considering maybe going into a field that is math intensive, what advice would you give to them in terms of how to handle that portion of what their job will require?
Yeah, perfect. So imagine that you are, you're leading that, you're going to that path, right? But you do have a passion for technology. So I suggest what you do in your semester always include 2 courses of math and with some technology. And some course that makes your heart, flourish. Like let's say you like art or you like music. These things are really important for you. Do not take 4 courses of math. I did it. It was not fun.
That sounds awful.
That was a very, very dry semester. I will never repeat that. So if your path is like math in technology, you need to take computer science related courses.
Okay.
But if you're more into the biology field of it, okay, take math with biology courses. Know how to do, evolution, like any other lab work related that needs a lot of computational thinking. If you are more into the engineering field, but you really do not want to study engineering, you could just study some math and a couple of physics courses, and you are ready to participate in that field. So is for chemistry, and so is for anything else. And trust me, in environmental science, in art even, in everything, math is involved, right? So if you're leading that path, just make sure to add to it your touch. Like for example, my touch is data analysis. I love working with data. I just find it soothing, right? So what I did is I took biology and I loved it. I took chemistry and I loved it. I took physics and I loved it. And computer science, I love them all. But guess what? I figured that, okay, my touch is data analysis. So it's math, data analysis, right? So it's what suits you. It's like what makes this degree, not just for the money that's rewarding. Like some people take math because, oh, it's a lot of money. You are a mathematician, guaranteed you work as a teacher, or guaranteed you work as an actuary or whatever. Oh, there's a lot of tests for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are more fields, but then it's your touch. So to make your life, like to make the money that you want and live the passion of the career that you wish to work with, add your touch to the math. Math is like everywhere, even in the music, and you will know that.
That is true. I know that, yeah, because I piano, you gotta count the time, gotta get the rhythm and everything. It's everywhere. That's very true.
Yes, math is there. Math is there.
And so one last thing I want to touch on, because I know you're running short on time, so you gotta head out. But I was curious. So I have tried every single way of exam preparation. I've done, cramming beforehand. I've done studying super early ahead of time. Tried a ton of notes, some notes, no notes, bullet points, everything.
True.
What is the best way, in your opinion, or the most effective way that you've seen in your experience of handling exam preparation?
So,
for math.
This is specifically, okay. For math, think about it as, okay, I have an exam on April 15th. I start on April 1st by dividing. Let's say I have 4 chapters, right? First week, I go on chapter 1 and 2 in depth, right? I review those in a day or 2. Done, everything reviewed, I take a break. And then I do the other 2 chapters on the following few days or for the following weeks. Before the exam, and a day before the exam, I go over only the questions that I struggled while reviewing for those chapters.
Interesting.
Right? I look at them, I repeat them twice. And then I say, okay, what am I supposed to get from here? Where is my weakness? And I evaluate myself, and I mock myself with an exam for like 15, 20 minutes. I don't want to overstress myself, I just mock myself. And usually I collect this exam from the homework assignments. Do you believe that? So I take out some homework questions, I don't see the answer, and I solve them from scratch. These homework, usually there's one question in that homework that summarizes the entire lesson. That at the end question that tells you need to remember the ins and outs. That question.
Interesting.
That question is a really important question.
And so you said that you get the question, you don't look at the answer.
I don't look at the answer.
That is not what most people my age do these days. They find the answer, whether it's in the back of the book or they Google it, Quizlet, all those different things, and then they find the answer and then they work backwards.
Well, I'm assuming that you already found the answer. You already submitted this homework. That's what I'm saying. And you studied, right? You reviewed. So on the MAC exam, you're gonna look at the assignment that, like the assignment paper that's not the solution, right? Only on the preparation.
Interesting.
It's okay. It's actually a great idea to seek help to solving these homework problems at the time, right? Using Quizlet or whatever other platform. But after you study for your exam, it's really important that you cover that question that you struggled with in the homework, and then you looked everywhere to solve it, and do it from scratch.
Interesting. Yeah. So in your opinion, studying when you already know the answer ahead of time isn't always the most beneficial way to go.
It is not. Sometimes you
yeah.
have to put everything out there, right?
Mhm.
So sometimes I take a question and I don't even tend to go look for a solution.
Mhm.
I squeeze my brain. Oh, come on, I got it. I keep looking at it. There is a pattern. Okay, I might need to use the quadratic formula here. Oh no, I might need maybe to factor over here. Maybe I should use the other method. You know what I mean? I can start thinking like that. I'm bringing knowledge back to my head. I'm refreshing my mind. If you always go to the paper, you're telling your brain, oh, don't call information. I got you. I'm going to call it for you. You
Yeah.
need to create that. You know, the information. Sometimes you struggle with a song.
Mhm.
Don't go Google it. Just hum it a little bit.
And then it gives you mental flexibility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, you start, it strengthens your memory. Strengthen your memory to a great deal, really. Strengthen your memory and give you confidence that, oh, I can retrieve information on my own. I
Yeah.
don't really have to look all the time.
Because that's important, because say you're in the middle of an exam and then one question takes you 20 minutes and then you don't have as much time to
Exactly.
read through all of your notes and everything. If you know it on the top of your head, that really helps.
Exactly. So if it's there, you can always use it, right? If it's
Mhm.
on top of your head, you can always use it. And I'm not saying that I want every student to get 98
Mhm.
on their math, courses. But I'm saying that it is not beyond anybody to be B and above. It is not. It's a step-by-step solution. It is, I swear. Just believe in yourself. So I really wanted to say 3 advices before I leave. Believe in yourself. Repetition is the mother of learning.
Mhm.
Fear is only existing in your head. When you look at the equation, oh my God, there's no dinosaurs behind that equation. I'm telling you. Just knock out that fear. It's just tell yourself, okay, this is just an emotion. I let go of this emotion and I look at it and I can do it. I believe I can do it. I didn't get it, but guess what? I'm gonna do it, get help with it, repeat it from scratch, and I'm done.
Simple as that.
As simple as that.
Yeah.
Just don't be afraid,
That's awesome.
right? I mean, you're here, you're at college, you're a student, you're doing great. Keep doing the great work.
Sounds like a
Right?
plan. That's
Sounds
what
like
I'm
a
going to
plan.
do. Finish
Yeah.
out my semester, you
There
know?
you go. Yeah, toward the end of the semester.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for joining me on, this episode and just letting us know about the math competition and,
Absolutely.
all the different things that you're up to and your perspective on, just how to handle, the math fear that a lot of people have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Maybe I should write a book about math fear one day.
Yes, you should.
Maybe I will.
But yeah, no, thank you so much. And
you.
I will see you in the office.
Absolutely. In a bed. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.